Setting boundaries is essential for maintaining healthy relationships and personal well-being. Many people struggle with the idea, fearing it might seem selfish or hurtful. But boundaries are not about shutting people out, they're about protecting your energy and values. When you set clear limits, you communicate your needs and respect for yourself and others. This foundation helps prevent resentment, burnout, and misunderstandings. In this video, we'll explore practical strategies to set boundaries without feeling guilty, so you can nurture both your relationships and your own mental health. Let's start by understanding what boundaries really are. Boundaries are the invisible lines that define what's acceptable and what isn't in your interactions with others. They can be physical, emotional, or even digital. For example, you might need quiet time after work, or you may not want to answer work emails on weekends. Recognizing your own needs is the first step to setting effective boundaries. When you know what's important to you, it becomes easier to communicate those needs to others. Remember, boundaries are not walls, they're guidelines that help you interact with others in a healthy, respectful way. Many people believe that setting boundaries is rude or selfish. In reality, boundaries are a sign of self-respect and respect for others. Another myth is that boundaries push people away. But healthy boundaries actually strengthen relationships by making expectations clear. It's also common to think that boundaries are permanent and inflexible, but they can change as your needs and circumstances evolve. Understanding these misconceptions can help you approach boundary setting with more confidence and less guilt. Before you can set boundaries, it's important to recognize your own needs and limits. Take some time to reflect on situations where you felt uncomfortable, overwhelmed, or taken advantage of. These feelings are often signals that a boundary needs to be set. Journaling or talking with a trusted friend can help clarify what you need to feel safe and respected. Remember, everyone's needs are different, and it's okay to prioritize your well-being. Boundaries come in many forms. Physical boundaries relate to your personal space and touch. Emotional boundaries protect your feelings and energy. Time boundaries help you manage your schedule and commitments. Digital boundaries involve how and when you engage online. Understanding the different types of boundaries can help you identify which areas of your life need more structure and protection. Each type serves a unique purpose and contributes to your overall well-being. Physical boundaries are about your personal space and comfort with physical contact. For example, you might not want to hug someone you don't know well, or you may need quiet time alone after a busy day. Respecting your own physical boundaries and communicating them to others helps you feel safe and comfortable. If someone crosses your physical boundaries, it's okay to speak up and let them know what you need. Emotional boundaries protect your feelings and mental energy. This might mean not allowing others to speak to you disrespectfully or choosing not to take on someone else's emotional burdens. Setting emotional boundaries can be challenging, especially if you're used to putting others first, but it's essential for your mental health. You have the right to decide what emotional input you accept and how you respond to others. Time boundaries help you manage your schedule and avoid overcommitting. It's okay to say no to extra work or social events if you need rest or personal time. Setting clear time boundaries allows you to prioritize what matters most and prevents burnout. Remember, your time is valuable, and you have the right to decide how you spend it. In today's connected world, digital boundaries are more important than ever. This might mean turning off notifications after work, setting limits on social media use, or deciding who can contact you and when. Digital boundaries help you maintain a healthy balance between online and offline life, reducing stress and protecting your privacy. Feeling guilty about setting boundaries is common, especially if you're used to putting others' needs before your own. Guilt often comes from a fear of disappointing people or being seen as selfish. But it's important to remember that taking care of yourself is not wrong. Guilt is a natural emotion, but it doesn't mean you're doing something bad. Understanding where your guilt comes from can help you move past it and set boundaries with confidence. Instead of seeing guilt as a sign you're doing something wrong, try to view it as a signal that you're growing. Setting boundaries is a new skill for many people, and it's normal to feel uncomfortable at first. Remind yourself that you're allowed to have needs and to protect your well-being. Over time, as you practice setting boundaries, the guilt will fade and be replaced by confidence and self-respect. Clear communication is key to setting boundaries without guilt. Use simple, direct language to express your needs. For example, you might say, "I need some quiet time after work," or "I'm not available on weekends." You don't need to over-explain or apologize for your boundaries. Being honest and respectful helps others understand where you stand and reduces the chance of misunderstandings. Being assertive means expressing your needs clearly and respectfully, without being aggressive or confrontational. Assertiveness is about standing up for yourself while still considering others' feelings. Aggression, on the other hand, disregards others' needs and can damage relationships. Practicing assertiveness helps you set boundaries confidently and maintain healthy connections. One effective way to communicate boundaries is by using I statements. For example, instead of saying, "You never listen to me," try, "I feel unheard when I'm interrupted." This approach focuses on your feelings and needs rather than blaming others. I statements reduce defensiveness and make it easier for others to understand your perspective. Setting boundaries is a skill that gets easier with practice. Start with small boundaries in low-stress situations and gradually work up to more challenging ones. Each time you set a boundary, you build confidence and reinforce your self-worth. Remember, it's normal to feel nervous at first, but with time, it will become second nature. Sometimes, people may resist or challenge your boundaries, especially if they're used to you always saying yes. Stay calm and repeat your boundary if needed. You don't have to justify or argue, just restate your needs clearly. Over time, most people will adjust and respect your limits. Remember, their discomfort is not your responsibility. Workplace boundaries are crucial for preventing burnout and maintaining productivity. This might mean setting limits on overtime, clarifying your job responsibilities, or taking regular breaks. Communicate your boundaries professionally and respectfully. When you protect your work-life balance, you're more effective and satisfied in your job. Family relationships can be complicated, and setting boundaries may feel especially challenging. It's important to remember that you have the right to protect your time, energy, and privacy even with loved ones. Be honest and gentle when communicating your needs. And remember that healthy boundaries can improve family dynamics in the long run. Friendships thrive on mutual respect and understanding. Setting boundaries with friends might mean saying no to plans when you need rest, or asking for support when you're struggling. True friends will respect your limits and appreciate your honesty. Boundaries help friendships grow stronger and more authentic. Healthy romantic relationships are built on trust, respect, and open communication. Setting boundaries with your partner might involve discussing personal space, time apart, or how you handle disagreements. Boundaries are not about controlling your partner, they're about ensuring both people feel safe and valued. Open conversations about boundaries can deepen intimacy and trust. Setting boundaries with children teaches them respect, responsibility, and self-control. It's important to be consistent and clear about your expectations. Boundaries help children feel safe and understand limits, which is essential for their development. Remember, it's okay to say no and enforce consequences when necessary. You also have the right to set boundaries with people you don't know well. This might mean declining to answer personal questions or choosing not to engage in conversations that make you uncomfortable. Trust your instincts and prioritize your comfort in all interactions, regardless of how well you know the other person. Self-care and boundaries go hand in hand. When you set boundaries, you create space for rest, relaxation, and activities that recharge you. Self-care isn't selfish. It's necessary for your mental and physical health. Make time for yourself, and don't feel guilty for putting your needs first. Learning to say no is a powerful boundary-setting skill. You can decline requests politely and firmly without feeling guilty. For example, "Thank you for thinking of me, but I can't commit right now." Practicing this skill helps you protect your time and energy and shows others that your boundaries matter. Sometimes, people may ignore or cross your boundaries. When this happens, calmly restate your needs and enforce consequences if necessary. For example, if someone keeps calling after you've asked for space, let them know you won't answer until you're ready. Consistency is key to maintaining your boundaries and teaching others to respect them. Setting boundaries doesn't mean you lack empathy. In fact, healthy boundaries allow you to be more present and supportive for others because you're not overwhelmed or resentful. Empathy and boundaries can coexist. You can care for others while still taking care of yourself. Your boundaries reflect your sense of self-worth. When you set and maintain boundaries, you send a message to yourself and others that your needs matter. This boosts your confidence and helps you build healthier, more respectful relationships. Remember, you deserve to be treated with respect and kindness. Cultural backgrounds can influence how we view and set boundaries. In some cultures, saying no or prioritizing personal needs may be discouraged. It's important to recognize these influences and find a balance that honors your values while respecting your cultural context. Setting boundaries is a personal choice, and it's okay to do what feels right for you. Certain situations or people may trigger more guilt when you set boundaries. For example, you might feel guilty saying no to a close friend or family member. Recognize these triggers and remind yourself that your needs are valid. It's okay to feel uncomfortable, but don't let guilt stop you from protecting your well-being. If you're a people pleaser, setting boundaries can feel especially difficult. You might worry about upsetting others or being rejected, but remember, you can't please everyone, and trying to do so often leads to exhaustion and resentment. Setting boundaries is an act of self-care, not selfishness. Pay attention to your self-talk when setting boundaries. If you catch yourself thinking, "I'm being selfish," or "they'll be mad at me," challenge those thoughts. Replace them with affirmations like, "My needs are important," and "It's okay to take care of myself." Positive self-talk can help reduce guilt and build confidence. Be kind to yourself as you learn to set boundaries. It's normal to make mistakes or feel uncomfortable at first. Practice self-compassion by acknowledging your efforts and celebrating your progress. Remember, setting boundaries is a journey, not a destination. Every time you set a boundary, you grow a little stronger and more confident. Boundaries help you learn about yourself, your values, and your limits. They also teach others how to treat you. Embrace the growth that comes with setting boundaries and trust that you're becoming the best version of yourself. Respect is a two-way street. When you set boundaries, you show respect for yourself and encourage others to do the same. Healthy boundaries create an environment where everyone feels valued and heard. Remember, respect starts with you. If you've struggled to set boundaries in the past, forgive yourself. It's never too late to start. Forgiveness allows you to move forward without shame or regret. Remember, every step you take toward healthier boundaries is a step toward a happier, more fulfilling life. As your life changes, your boundaries may need to change too. It's normal to adjust your limits as you grow and your circumstances evolve. Be flexible and open to reevaluating your boundaries regularly. Change is a natural part of life, and your boundaries should support your current needs. Having a support system can make setting boundaries easier. Surround yourself with people who respect your limits and encourage your growth. Share your boundary-setting journey with trusted friends or a therapist. Supportive relationships help you stay accountable and remind you that you're not alone. Setting boundaries is a journey of self-discovery. As you learn what you need and what you value, you gain a deeper understanding of yourself. This self-awareness empowers you to make choices that align with your true self and live a more authentic life. Your energy is a limited resource. Boundaries help you manage your energy by preventing overcommitment and reducing stress. When you protect your energy, you have more to give to the people and activities that matter most. Prioritize your well-being and use boundaries as a tool for energy management. Boundaries are essential for achieving balance in your life. They help you allocate time and energy to work, relationships, and self-care. Without boundaries, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and out of control. By setting clear limits, you create a more balanced and fulfilling life. Consistently setting and maintaining boundaries supports your long-term mental and physical health. It reduces stress, prevents burnout, and helps you build stronger relationships. Think of boundaries as an investment in your future well-being. The benefits will grow over time. Boundaries are a key ingredient in happiness. When you honor your needs and protect your well-being, you create space for joy, fulfillment, and meaningful connections. Don't let guilt hold you back from living the life you deserve. Happiness starts with healthy boundaries. Let's review the key steps to setting boundaries without guilt. Recognize your needs, communicate clearly, practice assertiveness, handle pushback calmly, and prioritize self-care. Remember, boundaries are a sign of self-respect and help you build healthier, happier relationships. With practice, setting boundaries will become a natural and empowering part of your life. If you're new to setting boundaries, start small and be patient with yourself. Every step you take is progress. Remember, you deserve to feel safe, respected, and fulfilled in all areas of your life. Setting boundaries is an act of self-love, and you're worth it. Setting boundaries is a lifelong journey, but it's one of the most powerful ways to care for yourself and your relationships. Embrace the process, let go of guilt, and trust that you're making positive changes. With healthy boundaries, you'll experience more peace, happiness, and fulfillment in every area of your life.